Recently, I was able to witness the fights of 3 great warriors. His powers were completely absurd. I had never seen anything like it.
What it do? It's your boy, Dragon Ball Art 92, and I'm back with another Kamehameha reaction video. And today we got a good one for y'all, man. Today we're going to be going over Beyond Dragon Ball Supers. The top 5 strongest in the multiverse is revealed by Unreal and Gaming. But before we get started with the content, you guys, make sure you guys like the video to help me trigger YouTube's algorithm. Also, if you're new over here, we welcome you. Over here at Dragon Ball Art 92, we do reaction videos. Dragon Ball everything reaction videos. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell. So that way you can be updated anytime I drop a video. Also, I got a new Reddit page, you guys. You can check me out on Reddit under Dragon Ball Art 92, where I share artwork and other relatable Dragon Ball content. Also, check me out over there on TikTok under Dragon Ball Art 92. Now that we got all that out the way, I want to say thank you too for coming by, and I hope you guys are having a great day. And we're going to enjoy some great content today. So let's get this party started, shall we? Sorry, just getting things together, y'all. Let's go.
Throughout the history of Dragon Ball, we've often seen many characters come and go who always seem to break the barrier set before them in being the strongest opponents our heroes have ever faced, and through it all, our heroes like Goku and Vegeta have also shattered their own limits in becoming the strongest they can possibly be. However, what if I told you that the Grand Priest's comment on the 5 strongest in the multiverse was revealed? This is the story of the strongest in the multiverse, a concept where the Grand Priest finally reveals who the strongest warriors in all of creation are. As once more before we begin, if you are new to this channel and have a love and passion for all things Dragon Ball and anime related, then be sure to smash that subscribe button on this channel and turn on all notifications to never miss a single upload, along with giving this video a big thumbs up by slapping that like button down below if you guys love Dragon Ball and anime, as well as checking out the official Dragon Ball fan mangas playlist located down in the description box below, to where on that playlist you guys will be able to find all the latest and best Dragon Ball fan mangas created by the community for the community. So be sure to head on down below, check out the official Dragon Ball fan mangas playlist for all the best and latest videos on Dragon Ball fan mangas. As we kick off the Beyond Dragon Ball Super Story of the Strongest manga chapter special, post-training on Beerus' planet with both Goku and Whis having to be shown after their sparring session, with Whis acknowledging Goku's efforts, he only then went along to tell him, "That was quite the stunt you just pulled, Goku. However, to master Ultra Instinct, you'll need to fully trust in your senses to guide you into achieving this power. Be less aggressive." As Goku went along to respond, "Man, this Ultra Instinct stuff sure isn't easy to master. No wonder Beerus and the other gods had such a tough time achieving it. It just kinda seems impossible to do," with Whis having to respond, "You still have much to learn, so of course it won't come as easy as you assume it will, but you have improved, I'll give you that. Let's call it a day. Any more strain on your body and it'll throw you off your rhythm. However, I will say, I sense..."
But in general, for Goku to have reached Ultra Instinct, you can tell that he is naturally intelligent when it comes to martial arts, or just how his body mechanic operates. It's an amazing feat to have as a warrior, and that's what makes Goku so great, because he know how to tap into his abilities, and he know how to push his limits to make himself the best that he can be. That's one thing you have to respect about this fighter here.
concern as you were training with me. Is there anything you'd like to get off your mind? And with Goku leaping back up, he then went along to tell Whis, well, actually there is. It's been bugging me ever since I heard about it because I've always wondered about who or what the Grand Priest meant by it, but I'm a little curious. He said something that sparked my interest, and I just gotta know now. The Grand Priest had mentioned that he was one of the top 5 strongest beings in the entire multiverse. And ever since then, I've always wanted to know who the other 4 were and how strong they were.
I remember that episode too on Dragon Ball Super when Whis and Goku and the others were walking to meet Grand Zeno, and Whis was explaining that to Goku that his father was one of the top 5 strongest. You know, Goku got excited like he always does, you know, wanting to test his strength. But Whis had shut it down. He shut it down real quick and letting Goku know, like, do not attempt to do anything that you normally do, Goku. You know, so at that point in time, I'm pretty sure the idea triggered in Goku's mind on knowing who all of the beings were who were the, you know, top strongest in the multiverse. The series never revealed that, you know, and I wonder if they eventually will. That would be pretty interesting.
Compared to me, I've seen my fair share of strong warriors, including those that I've battled before. Jiren, Broly, Moro, but to think that there are 5 warriors far beyond that just gets me excited to know who they are and how powerful they are compared to me. I really want to meet them. Even if we don't fight, I still want to see who they are and what they're all about. It's amazing with Whis having to respond, but knowing that they are far beyond you, how would you even have a way of knowing? You can't just simply call for them, you know, with Goku then responding, well, actually, since I can't call them myself, I figured I know someone who probably can, and it won't be easy trying to ask him to do this, but I figured I'd go and ask him anyway, with Whis having to comment, you're not thinking about asking who I think you're going to ask, are you? You can't simply go around and make demands, Goku. That's not how this works, with Goku having to respond, yeah, well, I know, but I'd figured you'd come and tag along with me, as moments later we only then observe how Whis and Goku come crashing on down right in front of the Omni King's palace, with Whis having to cry out, what's wrong with you, Goku? You're going to get us in big trouble! The disrespect on crashing in like that, with Goku.
You know what? Goku remind me of a child that's excited to go to a theme park. You know how a few days before your parents be like, yeah, we're going out to Six Flags, for example, and you get all excited because you know it's coming up, and you so excited you get on your parents' nerve and doing all the extra stuff, you know, just because the excitement inside got you pumped up. That's what Goku remind me of, and that's exactly what he's doing right now in this situation right here, which is pretty great as comedy for the storyline. You know, let's keep it going.
Goku apologizing and commenting, ouch, sorry Whis, I just got a little too excited and wasn't paying attention to where I was going. And with the Grand Priest standing in front of the palace, he then acknowledges this by commenting, Whis and Goku. This is an interesting yet unexpected surprise, with Goku responding, hey Grand Priest, sorry to butt in like that, I kinda lost focus as we made our way up here is all. Say, I really wanted to ask you for the biggest favor ever, please. It's been bugging me ever since I met you, and well, you said that you were one of the strongest among 4 others in the entire multiverse, right? Well, I'd love to see who the other 4 are then, since I'm just dying to know where I stand next to them. Please, Mr. Grand Priest, you're the only one I know outside of Zenny that can make this happen. I just want to know where I stand if these guys are.
One thing about Goku too, no matter what the situation was or no matter how stronger his opponent was, he was always willing to face that challenge. And with that type of philosophy in life, it really can prepare you for situations that you might not think you're ready for. You know, so it's pretty interesting. A lot of stuff you can learn from just watching Dragon Ball and watching the different mangas, reading, and when you dive into the whole storyline of Dragon Ball, it really opens your eyes up to your own capabilities, man. That's one thing that I really love about Dragon Ball. Let's get back to the content.
Are even far stronger than I am, with Whis having to then bow and telling his father, "Pardon his curiosity, Grand Minister." Goku's been on about this ever since our sparring session on Lord Beerus's world, with the Grand Priest then responding to Goku by asking, "So, mortal, you've come here seeking to know of the multiverse's strongest warriors? And why should I grant you this request?" With Goku responding, "Because if you do, then I'll ask Bulma to make you some of the best food you've ever had in your entire life. And she'll make some for the Omni Kings too. You haven't had good food until..."
Now that's oh, Goku is a risky being because to approach higher beings on that type of level, you know, wow, they can really look at that as a form of disrespect, man. And Goku was really risky for doing that. I think that's what really got him in good with the Omni Kings and the higher status of gods because of his willingness not to be scared, to just be normal. Interesting, right?
So you had Bulma's, and she'll make food to last a very long time in case you want to have seconds too. With the Grand Priest responding, "As tempting as this sounds, to grant this request, that may not be enough. However, is the food you speak of really as good as you say?" With Goku putting his hands together and pleading with the Grand Priest and telling him, "It's the best there is. Please, Mr. Grand Priest, I will never ask you again. Please." With the Grand Priest responding, "Fine, I will accept your offer. However, there will be rules to this encounter. You will not by any means provoke or challenge the warriors you are about to see. Understood? Now come with me." And as they venture on inside, the Grand Priest goes on to tell Goku and Whis, "Welcome to the Chamber of the Gods, a gateway to and from worlds beyond your own. These portals are the doors to the 4 mightiest warriors in all of creation as of right now. Summoning path towards calling the strongest." With Goku asking, "Whoa, so these guys have their own summoning portals?"
Interesting. So, one thing that I'm wondering, right, about this particular scene, are these actually dimensions inside the multiverse, or are there different multiverses in itself? Because it's quite interesting that they have a summoning portal, or maybe they're inside the 12 universes, and this is how the Grand Priest summons them, you know. But I'm quite interested to see where this is headed.
They must be really amazing if you can summon them like that. So, how exactly does this work? With the Grand Priest responding, "These warriors will only respond to my command. Through my orders will they be summoned. It is the order among the mightiest, an unwritten code. But it was as I said before, do not provoke or challenge these warriors. You can converse with them, but never to engage against. This will be my only warning, Goku." With Goku putting his hands together and telling the Grand Priest, "Yep, you got it, I'll stay right here and not challenge any of them." The Grand Priest then proceeds to stick his hand out and having to then comment, "Very well then, I call for your presence, ancient warrior of the Fire Realm. I call for you, Budo." As only then, seconds later, a leg is shown emerging from this portal, with the Grand Priest further informing Goku by telling him Budo is the 5th most powerful warrior throughout the entire multiverse, with a terrifying power unknown to mortals. And with Goku observing this, he then went along to respond, "Whoa, I can't believe what I'm feeling. His energy. I never felt anything like this before in my entire life. But how? I can't even focus. His energy is throwing me off completely." And with Budo finally having to emerge, the Grand Priest went along.
Now, this character right here, the way that the artwork is, the way that it's designed is totally raw. It's very creative and it's very different. I really appreciate the artwork. I'm working to get better myself. Even after this video, I'm gonna be doing some artwork myself. Shout out to everybody who checked out my artwork before. I appreciate that as well. But I really have to say the artists are really great. And Budo, very interesting character, and I know I don't want to spill the beans yet, but he's very strong. Very. Let's get back to the content.
Address him by commenting, "Greetings, Budo. It has indeed been a very long time. I'm here to introduce yourself to a mortal who is curious about your power from the seventh. He seeks knowledge," with Goku having to chime in and commenting, "Hey, it's nice to meet you, Budo. My name's Goku and I'm from Earth," but Budo is eerily quiet, staring Goku down with a very serious look as the Grand Priest then sticks his arm forward. He then goes on to utter, "I call for your presence, mighty assassin from the banished dimension. Come forward, Akuma," as only then another warrior emerges from a portal named Akuma as the Grand Priest went along to then comment, "Akuma is the fourth most powerful warrior within the multiverse, an undisputed and legendary assassin, the likes of which makes hit from the sixth look like..."
And this character right here is good artwork too. Very creative. Look like a demon. Like he can come from the demon realm or something. Quite interesting. And the whole idea of the no-nos like Krillin, it always reminds me of OG Dragon Ball, man. Let's get into it.
Child's play, with Goku then having to comment, "What the? This guy's energy is all over the place. He's even stronger than Budo. His presence feels so heavy and unsettling. I've never felt heavy energy like this before. This is nuts." With Akuma also having to stare Goku down with a very serious look, the Grand Priest then proceeds to put his hand over yet another portal and commenting, "I require your..."
Now this guy right here, this guy is one of the most interesting fighters I've seen in the fan manga world, bro. Like real talk, because like the ability to have two parts of your body operating by themselves and you can still function them as one, and you still have the ability to be mobile even when they're separate, is one interesting technique. That's hard to beat, bro. That's hard to beat, bro. And that's very creative on the storytelling line. So shout outs to you guys for that, man, because he's a very, very interesting character in my eyes. Let's get back to the content.
"Presence. Come forward, great demon. From the demon realm, I call for you, Yoshido," as only then a third individual begins to step through this portal, with the Grand Priest then commenting, "The great demon Yoshido is the third most powerful warrior in the entire multiverse. Welcome. It's been many generations since our last encounter. Your presence is required for a mortal who seeks to understand your power from the seventh." And with Goku looking on in absolute terror, he then went along to utter, "A demon? This guy is terrifying, and he's bigger than the other two. What wild energy! What is he? His power is making my entire body shake, but why? How freaky!" As Yoshido went along to utter, "It's been a long time since we were all summoned together like this before. Budo, Akuma, Whis, Grand Minister, a mortal, you say? How could flesh be allowed to be within our presence? His power is utterly laughable." With Budo eerily calm, Akuma then went along to smirk and commenting, well, it's been far too long indeed, demon." With the Grand Priest then having to stick his hand out one more time, he then went along to utter, "Lastly, I call forward the mightiest among the gods. From the voids of time, I summon you, Tekira." And as this warrior then stepped on forward, the Grand Priest then went along to comment, "And this is the great Tekira, the second most powerful entity in all the cosmos, a being who possesses power far beyond your comprehension. He exceeds all my angel children, as well as being the first being to achieve and exceed the powers of Ultra Instinct. And as they all stand together, Goku then went along to comment, "Oh wow, you guys are incredible! So you're the second strongest in all of creation? That's insane! It's nice to meet you. I'm Goku from Earth."
Just a heads up. In the newer versions of this storyline, he actually updated the characters a little bit. So, in the future, when we check out the videos, you're going to see an upgrade to the character and the storyline. So, once we get there, don't be surprised. Okay. So, I just want to give you guys a heads up. But I wanted to take it back from the beginning because once you see the progress of artists, you begin to understand why I like it so much because you get to see how in depth the storyline is, and you also get to see the evolution of the artwork and the story at the same time. You become more involved in the story, and you begin to understand, feel where the person is coming from, and enjoy it a little bit more. That's I mean, in my eyes, that's how you do it. So let's get back to the content.
But then right then and there, Goku immediately stops in his tracks as he seems unable to finish his sentence due to the fact that he's being restricted. Goku then went along to comment, "I can't move my throat. He's choking me." So with Goku having to come off the way he does, friendly, non-caring, Takeda went along ahead to simply raise his finger, and because of this, Goku is literally getting choked out as he then went along to comment, "You should hold your tongue when you speak to me, mortal." With the Grand Priest then having to turn and telling him, "He means no harm to us, Takeda. Release him," as Takeda responds, "As you wish." And as he lets Goku go, Goku went along to comment, "What the heck was that? I can hardly stand up. He was going to kill me if you haven't stopped him, Grand Priest. I've never felt force like that before. Lighten up, would you? Jeez, say, wait a minute. If he's the second strongest, then who's the most powerful being of all then?" With the Grand Priest telling Goku, "It is me, Goku. I am the strongest being in all of creation outside of the Omni Kings right now.
Once Whis had told us that the Grand Priest was one of the five strongest in the multiverse, I personally already suspected that it was the Grand Priest who was the strongest out of the five. But it's quite interesting that Goku would think that anybody would be stronger than him, knowing that he is the angel that attends the Omni Kings. Quite interesting, don't you think? Let's get back to the content, though.
Power far transcends anything you can possibly imagine or dream of. And these are my ranking warriors within that tier. And with everyone standing together in front of Goku, the Grand Priest then continues, "We stand as the pinnacle of all creation and beings within and outside of the multiverse. So now that you've seen this for yourself, I ask you, Goku, what will you do with this knowledge?" And I will say, having all of them stand around Goku like this sure is intimidating, and it's actually really riveting to see how these are the strongest warriors currently right now in all of creation. With Goku smiling, he then responded, "Honestly, now that I know and now that I've seen you guys with my own eyes, I guess the next step after this is to surpass you all and become the strongest in all of creation myself. Hey Whis, would my mastered Ultra Instinct give me a shot at taking any one of these guys down or what?" With Whis then laughing, he then went along to respond, "Oh heavens no, they would beat you out of Ultra Instinct faster than you can blink. And that's just putting it lightly. You'll have to train for millions or maybe even billions of years to even compete with such beings. You have a long way to go if you..."
It's quite interesting, too, how some of these beings can live for so long. And that basically is like saying that their DNA allows them to have longer lifespans, or the makeup in their DNA, whatever they're made from, and there's so many different um things, objects, germs, whatever you want to call it, that can come together and create, a being. You never know what some of these warriors are actually made from, or what they're from. Like us humans are made of matter. There can be in other universes where, you know, the matter is actually different than what it is here. It can be more like steel like, or whatever the case being. But it's interesting how long that lifespan, excuse me, it's interesting how long of a lifespan that these warriors have. And to train for that long, of course you're going to be incredibly strong. Millions of years of training, that's insane, bro.
Ever hope to surpass these warriors? You're still having trouble being able to punch me, let alone surpass me, with Goku then responding, "Then I guess I'll surpass you first then, Whis. I know I can do it now that I know who these guys are." And with Goku then turning back towards everyone, he then went along to tell them, "And make no mistake about it, I will see you all again someday. I may not be a match to you right now, but this is nothing I can't overcome. And when that day comes and I'm ready to take you on, I know just where to find you," as only then the manga chapter special then comes to a close. Now, one of the main things I really enjoyed about creating
that's it for the storyline today. And it's quite interesting how it's setting up. Goku is one interesting character. And 9 times out of 10 he put himself in certain situations, but he likes that. He likes putting himself in situations where it forces him to get better or to get stronger. That 9 times out of 10 be his intent anyway. And this time Goku put himself in the situation. Hopefully he can try to overcome, because I don't think a Saiyan lifespan is a million years, and I don't think they're gonna give him that much time to get stronger, especially the way that he's approaching the situation. But we know how Goku is, right? But that was a great episode, man. And I want to give a shout out to Unreal and Gaming for his content. Thank you for putting it out, brother, and giving us the opportunity to enjoy the content. Thank you guys for coming through today and checking out my video. I appreciate the love and support, like always. And make sure that you think about yourself, put yourself first. Make sure you go out there and be progress. You progress in life. Work to be better. And remember to believe in yourself, because ain't nobody else go do it. Dragon Ball Art 92. I'm out, y'all. Peace.
Recently, I was able to witness the fights of 3 great warriors. His powers were completely absurd. I had never seen anything like it.